Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day. This is Justin Reed with the Black Soccer Membership Association podcast. I just wanted to speak to you guys briefly on an article that I just came across. It's an article for the Atlanta United FC. So they just hired their new coach, Gabriel Heinze, I believe is his name, and he is actually out of Argentina. So I believe, he's been coaching for about 5 years. And I believe one of the clubs recently that he just coached, I think he ended up leaving the position or something, around 2020, early 2020. And then back in 2015, I know he actually got fired from another position. So the reason why I'm bringing him up is because it just seems like we continuously see a trend in Major League Soccer in terms of coaches. We just don't have enough black coaches, I believe, who are worthy candidates who are getting opportunities right now to at least interview for positions. Of course, we just don't want to interview. We want to make sure that the coaches actually get these head coaching positions. Atlanta United is kind of interesting because when you look at their history, I believe Tata Martino, I think he was the Argentinian coach who took them to a championship. And then I think after Tata was Frank de Boer. I think he came in and he was the head coach there for a bit. So I guess in terms of their style, they like coaches who can, play a high tempo. They like coaches who are kind of focused on skill. But I think one of the biggest things that we have to look at is what about the coaches here in Major League Soccer? And what about the coaches who are more than qualified? Guys who played in the league for many, many years, guys who are assistant head coaches. Ezra Hendrickson comes to my mind. He just recently won the MLS Cup, and I believe this is his fifth ring winning the MLS Cup. And I think both as a player and as a coach, I mean, this guy is the most winging. He is the winningest assistant head coach in MLS history. And it's been about 10 years, 10, 12 years, I believe, since he started coaching. And the guy can't even land a head coaching role, which to me is just kind of sickening. And I mean, it's just kind of crazy that Atlanta United, seeing what Ezra has done over the years, would just go ahead and say, hey, why don't we just hire this guy with only 5 years of coaching experience, has never coached in MLS before, has never played in Major League Soccer before, so I guess it just kind of gets a little bit frustrating, and I have no, skin in the game. I never played MLS. I'm not even interested in being an MLS head coach. It just kind of, it's annoying. It's annoying in a sense. And we see this across the board, not just with Atlanta United. There have been other times. I think it was probably back, I'll say about 6, 7 years ago, possibly a little sooner. I know New England Revolution, they were looking for a head coach. And I think what they ended up doing in order to meet that quality standard or whatever that MLS has set, similar to the Rooney Rule. What they did was they interviewed a guy in Argentina, actually, in order to meet the quota. And the guy had no interest in the position at all. And then they turned around and Brad Friedel, he was the coach. And I think he only ended up staying there for like a year or two. And then after that, that was it. So this continues to kind of be a trend in the league. Me personally, I was an agent for a bit, so I was an agent for about 3 years. And I enjoyed, meeting new contacts through the league, but you can always kind of feel every time I went to Florida for the draft. They no longer have the draft. Well, not the draft. Well, they don't have the draft, and then they also don't have the combine. So I would go to Florida for the combine and the draft as well. But you always kind of felt like a tension in the room, just kind of like an incestuous feeling. This is a league that's been around, for about 25 years now, 26 years. And you just got to feel it with the people. Like they're just very, very contentious. And that was just my feeling. Enjoyed doing it for the 3 years that I did it. It was great, but I wouldn't go back again. And I wouldn't go back again because I understand that Major League Soccer is pretty much, I don't know what the word is, but it doesn't seem to be very friendly to Black coaches and friendly to maybe Black agents and, in that sense. So, at some point in time, as a people, we got to make a choice. We can't continue to beg people for jobs. We can't continue to beg people for opportunities. It seems like the rhetoric. I know me growing up, my parents would always say, Justin, you got to work 2 or 3 times harder, in order to get opportunities. It seems like a lot of these MLS black coaches in the league have worked 10, 12, 15 times harder, and these guys can't get any opportunities. They can't even get any opportunities, no head coaching positions. It's almost like, well, what do you do? So it's just kind of sickening, just to continuously see this, every off season. A black head coach can do extremely well. I think there was another black coach. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I know he was with Toronto FC for quite some time, and he's won championships as well. He's been in the league. He played in the league, and he's done just great work. He can't get any positions neither. So I don't quite know what Major League Soccer is doing. They don't seem like they have any interest in bringing in, or at least giving the opportunities to the black coaches who actually do deserve it. Nothing against Thierry Henry. He's a great player for Arsenal. He came over here, played for the Red Bulls for a bit. And I mean, I guess he's doing okay work in Montreal, but it just seems like the only reason why he's here is because he's got a big name. That's the only reason. So instead of actually looking at, coaches who are actually competent, they're looking at coaches who just have a big name, and they come over here, and, people come and they can watch them play. They watch them play, and then they retire in the league, and then that's it, So Major League Soccer's got a long way to go. And I'll never forget this one article that I came across in The Athletic. And I think this was when the league first started back in 1996. And Lincoln Phillips, a lot of you all know him. He actually went to Sunil Gulati, and Sunil Gulati at the time was the deputy commissioner, or he may have been the commissioner of the league, whatever. I mean, he had a high enough position to make decisions. So he ended up going there, speaking to Sunil, and Sunil virtually said, "Really?" When Lincoln asked him, he said, "Really? You want to coach in this league?" So it just kind of made you think, is Major League Soccer for the grassroots coach? Is Major League Soccer for the coach that no one really knows, or is it just pretty much a dog and pony show? You have a name, we're going to bring you in because you can fill seats, and that's it. It doesn't matter if you have experience or anything. Ben Olsen, I think, is probably the best example. Ben's a great guy. I live, in the Washington, D.C. area. I've come across him multiple times, and his family, fantastic guy. But he ended up staying with DC United for, I believe, 12 or 13 years. I think he was the longest tenured coach until they finally let him go earlier this season. So Ben was there, for a very long time. People, loved him, but he didn't win. He didn't win a single Major League Soccer cup, but still, he kept his job. As soon as he retired, he was an assistant, and then eventually he went into a head coaching role. So again, it's not people who are qualified. It's not people who have the ability, to win championships and have actually shown that they've won a championship. It's guys who the owner likes, and then from there they see what happens. So I'm not a fan of the league anymore. I used to support the league. I used to buy season tickets and everything, but I'm pretty much done with the league. If there's any way, of course, as an association, we can help anyone who wants a job in the league or wants to apply. We have no problem. We're there for you, the individual. We're not necessarily there for the league. So the league continues to disappoint. I am really no longer a supporter. Once when the stadiums open up and they allow people to go back in the stadiums, I don't think I will be attending a Major League Soccer game anytime soon unless things change. So just wanted just to kind of spit that out. I know it's kind of somewhat of a rant. I really don't like doing these individual, conversations, but anytime I got something on my chest, I just figured I'd get it off my chest. All right. So thanks for listening, and I will see you guys soon on the BSMA podcast.